Can you say hi?
Hi.
You want to tell us your name?
Nanny.
That's right. Everybody calls you Nanny. We can stick with that. When's your birthday?
October the 15th, 1990.
So I wanted to talk to you for class about what was expected of women's roles back then. What was expected of your mom when you were younger and you when you were my age. How did your mom dress?
Oh, great big old long dresses, full skirt dresses, and old shoes, heels, big old high heel lace up shoes, all that kind of stuff. Every one of them had. I've got pictures of them.
Do you?
Of the clothes they were.
And did she go to Walmart to buy her clothes, or
Walmart? Put no such a thing as Walmart.
So
Grandma made them.
Y'all made them? Did she make your clothes too?
Yeah, Mama made all her clothes.
What did you wear whenever you were younger?
Oh, just regular school dresses. But I always had to have, if it's cold weather, I had one of the more thick, long stockings pulled up with some sporters on them.
Oh, how'd you fix your hair?
Straight.
Straight? Was it long, or did you?
No, they kept
Nope.
it bob.
Kept it in a bob?
Yeah.
And what did your mom do for a living? What was her job?
House, homemaker.
She cared for the house. What did your
Raised kids, and she worked in the fields. And
What did your dad do?
he was a farmer.
He was a farmer. And when you got a little bit older, when you turned old enough to, I would say my age, did you work or?
Yes.
And what did you do?
I worked for 1,000 different jobs. I started out in little jobs, coat factory, and then tea rooms, and waitress. But then I got on at the butane company in Alvarado. And I worked there 7 years for that company, and then I turned over and worked for Godfrey View Company for 11 years. And then I got laid off. And then a friend of mine, Erwin Atlas, he was on the board of Department of Agriculture in Cleveland, and he knew Turner Key, he was the main man. And they got me a job over there.
What were some of the biggest differences in how men and women interact with each other now in the workplace as opposed to then?
They didn't interact together very good then, like they do now. Of course, they had colored now, Back then, there wasn't no such a thing as having colored working with you. But we had some of the girls, two little girls was real good.
Were the men very accepting of the women coming into the workplace?
Yeah.
They were?
Yeah.
Y'all were always...
Always had. All places I worked had women and men, except the butane company. Of course, I was the only one with the driver, and me was the only one there. See, I kept books. Bookkeeping, payroll, and all that.
Do you think y'all were paid the same, whether you were a man or a woman, or were they...
No, you wouldn't pay the same. Man got more.
The men got more automatically, or was it... I mean, do you think it was just because they were a man?
Just because they're men, I guess. That's what I figured. Because they were men, they would do more.
Right.
A family, raising a family. But nowadays women want as much as men.
What do you think? Have you ever been to the restaurant Hooters, where the girls wear those little bitty shorts?
I've seen them, but I've never been there. I've seen it on TV.
What do you think about those outfits?
No.
You wouldn't have wore that to wait some tables?
I wouldn't go in one without that like that.
And if you wore something like a skirt like I wear today, or the shorts you tell me are always too short-tailed,
No.
if you were wearing shorts like that back in 1919, what would have happened?
Well, what would have happened? I got a padded to stay at home. Wouldn't have bought me nothing like that.
Did you ever see your mom wear anything like that?
No. Always wore house dresses. When older, after she got older, regular house dresses.
Mm-hmm.
But when she was growing up, she had all those old-timey dresses.
Did your dad ever help clean house or cook dinner?
No. Daddy didn't know how to cook.
Oh. Let's see. Can you think of anything else different that was really different between men and women back then that has changed over the years?
A lot of things. A lot of things women do now that we wouldn't think about doing back in those years.
Like what?
I can't, offhand I can't say, but there's a lot of things. In other words, they wouldn't let a woman drive back and forth to work if you dishes like we do now.
Oh, really? What? How? Did your husband take you to work, or
We didn't go to work. We had
just-
to field.
Oh,
We picked cotton, chopped cotton, and did all that. See, we didn't have to drive back and forth to work. We went to town on Saturday night to take the eggs to sell and stuff like butter and stuff like that. But no driving forth to Fort Worth or no Dallas, nothing for a job.
did the girls go out? Did y'all ever go out on the town or anything? Just the girls
No, just ran around the square.
around the square?
We'd always get together and walk around and around the square.
How is it different when men and women were dating back then as opposed to now?
Well, very strict. Very strict. My mother wouldn't let me date till, well, I was 16. And then it had to be a friend that they knew well for to even date him. And then when you got in at 11 o'clock. Straight up 11 o'clock. You did daddy's look, won't know where you been. So they're strict then. Very strict.
Okay.